Hunger. Your Excellency, sir, there is hunger in the land. My initial inclination is to diagnose and treat hunger to the public on a general level. However, with the spite of hunger ravaging the land of Nigeria, I deem it fit to advise Your Excellency on the possible political twist the ravaging hunger can take. Hunger needs no definition. It's universal in purpose and in experience. In other words, every generation, every race, every tribe, every ethnic or religious group, every gender, and every nationality feels it the same way. Have you ever felt the pang of hunger before? Or are you hungry as you're speaking at the moment? I am not sure there is anyone alive today who has not tasted of hunger, regardless of what age it is predominant. As a young boy from a very humble background and with diverse degrees of hunger experiences, I have had to ask myself, why do we have to go through hunger? Why don't we have to eat once and never be hungry again? The people below average in the society spend at least 1/3 of their entire life earning on food items. And it might even interest you the more to know that the poorer you are, the more you spend on food items. As I speak right away, one particular hunger experience readily came to mind, and I think I would love to share it with you. I had gone to school on that fateful day with my younger sister on the promises from our father that when we return, we will take our breakfast and lunch together. Unfortunately, at return, there was not even one person at home to welcome us, let alone had food prepared for us. Then the hunger was getting serious. Not too long, my father came in and he was apologizing as he was putting out the okra from his bag. And he called on me to go and prepare the okra. We looked at it, and you know, okra, very fast, it doesn't take so much time. But after preparing, what do we use to eat the okra became an issue. Then in a short while, my father sent me to a particular woman selling apple, you know, what you call Santana, or some people call it Loi Loi. On getting to the woman, she just showed me a basket that it has just finished. I was angry, I was hungry. I went back home to report to my father. Then he sent me to another person. On getting there, the woman said, "Oh, your father is owing me a particular amount of money, and without that money, I cannot sell." I saw within myself, and I said, "This woman is callous. She cannot even feel the hunger I'm going through." But I went back to return and report to my father. Then he sent me to the third person. On getting to the third person, another excuse came up, and I made up my mind that I was not going to cry nor show my anger, but yet I was seriously hungry. I tried as much as possible not to cry, and I succeeded. But as soon as I got home to report the situation to my father, my eyes betrayed me, and hot tears rolled down my cheeks as I could no longer hold the hunger and the experience I went through. I need not to explain the situation. My father right there and then knew that it wasn't a good report that I came with. And here, the hunger was killing me. I let down the tears. I could not hold back myself. Then my intelligent younger sister made a suggestion. And she said, "Daddy, why don't we go to bank and collect money? At least they said there is money in the bank." I saw the confusion in my father's house. How do I explain the situation to this young girl? But as soon as I noticed that, I put my hand on my sister's head and I told her simply, and like child to child, she understand. I said, "If you don't have money in bank, you don't go to bank." And she accepted me, maybe for the hunger, and there was no further question. Then my father said, "Dish out the okra and let her take." And from that experience, I knew what hunger was, and I knew the danger that could arise from hunger. And today, Your Excellency, after a series of frustrated thoughts, I transferred my anger to God out of solidarity for my caring father and deep concern for my hunger-slaying sister. And I said, "God must be wicked." That was what I said out of my frustration. How can they say He loves us and yet allow us to suffer this horrible pang of anger? But I tell you, however, my research over the years has shown to me without an iota of doubt in my heart, and I can boldly say that hunger has at least two paramount purposes for which it is existing in the life of every individual living on the surface of the earth. And this truth also includes nation. Amazingly interesting too, these two reasons are largely responsible for the development and transformation the world is going through today in all ramifications. And I said, the two major purposes of hunger includes, number one, to bring out the resilience for transformation and development. I said the number one reason why we go through hunger is to bring out of you the resilience for transformation and development. Now, the basic foundation for every profession is first for social transformation and development, in which process the hunger issue is simultaneously resolved. In other words, without hunger, no man will have been up and doing, which makes every profession on earth today an instrument of transformation and development. The number two reasons why we get hungry is because hunger is the yardstick for measuring fulfillment to the talent and the capital investments that nature has deposited in every individual and every nation as well. I said it is the yardstick for nature to measure how much you are fulfilled with the talent that has been deposited in you as an individual and in nations as well. In every man as well as nation lies the ability to create his own job or your own profession, with the first assignment of every profession being to create change and development and transformation, and thereafter put food on your table. Now you can understand why I have said time and over again that it is never the duty of any government anywhere under heaven to create jobs. It is strictly a prerogative of nature in conjunction with men to create jobs. And when you create your own profession, you are simultaneously developing and transforming your world and consequently solving your hunger issue. For instance, when you look at companies that invent or promote communication gadgets, they are multi-billion-dollar organizations because their world pays them for their talent and the capital invested. As such, they have a stable means of putting food on their tables, having treated their world to ease in the world of communication. This result is equally much more applicable to every individual or even to a nation as a whole, to better the lot of your world. This result much more applicable to every individual who uses their talents to better the lot of their world. The reward system of life will definitely put food on your table. Nature deliberately entrenches hunger in our bodily system so as to ginger us to put to use our inherent values first, to develop and transform our world, and secondly, to reward us for every effort made in using our talent and the deposited capital that is made in us. Having said all this, anytime you are feeling hungry and there is no means of putting food on your table except by means of begging, it simply means you are not fulfilling your purpose yet. Also, of notable worth is the fact that the degree of your hunger is a direct proportionate pointer to how far away you are from maximizing your inherent potential and values, and therefore to have confidence installed in you. Friend, stop blaming God for your hunger. You have in you all it takes to transform your world and be rewarded to put food on your table. All the aforementioned reasons notwithstanding, Your Excellency, food security or hunger are both national building instruments. In your hand, it could be carrot and it could be cane. And this is the political twist to it. Hunger builds anger, and anger builds social, political, and economic unrest, which in turn builds violence, and violence builds injustice, and injustice builds war. Every war has a clear way of destroying national structures, but a well-structured food security has the ability to erase all the aforementioned and drive political loyalty. What then is food security, and how can you attain it? According to the World Food Summit in 1996, food security is when all people, Your Excellency, food security is when all people at all times have physical and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meets their dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy life. Then, do you attain food security? I have 5 advice for Your Excellency, sir. Number 1, breed the length and breadth of the whole country for massive agricultural produce and remove needless food waste. Number 2, educate the citizenry on their minimum quota contribution to ensuring national food security. And number 3, mobilize the security operatives for national food security measures. Number 4, drive the agricultural sector decisively to derive the valuable and desired results. And last but not the least, external food security aid in a short while is not a bad idea. I know Your Excellency knows what stomach infrastructure means. When you get food into the belly of the people, they will in turn subconsciously sow out a portion of their life out to you. It is a universal law that has held individuals, families, organizations, nations, continents, and the globe together. Harness these resources, take a good advantage, and you will realize the power you have in solving the hunger issue of the people. This is the voice of His oracle, oozing out from Zion, the city of God. This is the voice that must be heard, the voice that must be adhered to, the voice that is championing the revolutionary move, channeling the course of life towards a better end, and teaching men to fulfill their destiny via the word of faith and holiness. I am Saint Jos Israel Adegboyega, aka the Pioneer.